So after what seemed like ages since it was announced, last week saw the release of the Airship Map for Among Us. Now it dawned on me that I've never actually made an Among Us Easter egg video, so what better time than now to right that wrong. In today's video I'll be sharing 25 Easter egg secrets and references from Among Us and, most importantly, the new Airship Map. Of course, with the map still being relatively new, there is a chance that I may have missed something, and if you think I have, then the best places to let me know are in the comments section or on my social media accounts, the links to which are in the description. Oh, and if you do go on to enjoy this video, then leaving a like, subscribing, or turning notifications on is hugely appreciated. Anyway, without further delay, let's get started. So instead of making you wait for the stuff you're probably all here for in the first place, let's begin with the Airship Map. For those of you who have played the reference-filled Henry Stickmin collection, the Airship Map will be immediately familiar. And despite the success of Among Us, Innersloth doesn't want you to forget Henry and his friends. Rather unsurprisingly, the Airship Map in Among Us is full of references to Henry Stickmin, albeit some more obvious than others. First up, in the records room you can find some files on a table. These, of course, are the same files that Henry had to steal whilst on the airship. Up next, in security, you can find a computer with the Top Hat Clan logo bouncing around, much like the DVD logo back in the day. Up next, in the brig, you can find a wizard hat carelessly discarded on the floor. This is a nod to the wizard magic choice in the Henry Stickmin collection. The next reference to our skinny friend can be found in the meeting room, where you can spot an open bottle of glue. This is a reference to this scene from Henry Stickmin, where Henry uses the glue to evade the Top Hat Clan.
No, we can't do that. Why not, man? You do realise how much a solid gold cannon would weigh, don't you? Dude, we totally got enough power. What do you think, man? Well, I'm still kind of new here, so...
In the appropriately named Gap Room, you can find a pencil, which is the same pencil Henry used to unsuccessfully cross the gap. Now, much like the vault in the Henry Stickmin collection, the vault in Among Us is full of references. First up is the energy sword from the Halo series, which also appeared in the Henry Stickmin collection. Another returning item in the vault is the golden gun, which is almost certainly meant to reference the golden gun from the James Bond film, The Man with the Golden Gun. The claw pack can be found at the edge of the room. Of course, the claw pack appeared in the Henry Stickmin collection and was originally meant as a reference to Banjo-Kazooie. The paintings on the wall are also the same, with this one being the Final Destination stage from Super Smash Bros. And this one being an Among Us version of the famous DJ Skrillex. Finally, on the floor you can find a USB stick that was dropped by Dave Panpa whilst Henry was in the vault. So one of the most popular characters from the Henry Stickmin collection was Charles Calvin. The clumsy helicopter pilot was often the cause of Henry's demise in the Stickmin collection.
Just jump off the edge.
Wait, was that the plan? Man, we really should have coordinated that better. I mean, I was not prepared at all.
Well, Charles, rather surprisingly, makes an appearance in Among Us. Well, sort of anyway. If the crash course sabotage is started, when you head back to the Gap Room, you can see Charles's helicopter in the distance. Once again, in the Henry Stickmin collection, Charles actually crashed into this very room.
Alright, here I come. Da, 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 da.
In the main hall, you can find a can of opened beans. This is a reference to the beans used by Henry to try and catch up with the Top Hat Clan leader.
Hurry up now, activate the doors.
In the armory, you can find a bow staff, a katana, a pair of nunchucks, and sais. These are of course the weapons used by the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The final room of interest in the Airship Map is the cargo bay. Here we can find a tank in a box, something which was seen in the Stickmin collection and was actually used by Henry to make an escape. The banana next to the box was also used by Henry in the collection, though with much less success. Oh, and the banana was of course a nod to the banana bomb from the Worms games. So that's all I've managed to find on the airship so far. I fully expect you guys to know of tons of stuff that I missed, and if you think you do know something that I've missed, then please leave your suggestions in the comments or message me on my social media accounts, the links to which are in the description. Right, let's take a look at some of the references hiding away in the remaining 3 maps. First up, let's take a look at Polis. Now, after the Henry Stickmin love fest that is the Airship Map, you may have thought that we'd seen the end of the Henry Stickmin references, but boy would you be wrong. So this is a poster of a rather dashing looking Henry. The next references can be found in the trash compactor. Both the diamond and the teleporter are once again references to Henry, with the diamond being what Henry stole from the museum and the teleporter being an item that Henry uses pretty often, albeit one that will often result in his death. Just outside of the decontamination area, you can find this. So it seems that even the snowmen be looking sus. Speaking of looking sus, in the laboratory you can find this. So just about visible behind the toilet door is a white crewmate. Why he's hiding in the toilet is anyone's guess. In the office, when scanning your boarding pass, you can see a QR code. If you scan the code with a QR reader, this message will appear, which is a reference to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Oh, and do you remember the bouncing Top Hat Clan logo from earlier? Well, you can find the original DVD logo in admin. Also, the weather node abbreviations on Polis are references to endings from the Flee the Complex level in the Henry Stickmin collection. So, no GI is Ghost Inmate, IRO is International Rescue Operative, PD is Presumed Dead, TB is The Betrayed, CA is Convict Allies, and finally MLG is of course Major League Gaming. The final reference from Polis can be seen when voting out an imposter. So the thumbs up in the lava is a nod to this often referenced scene from Terminator 2. Next up is the Mirror HQ map, which has a couple of references tucked away. First up in the greenhouse, one of the plants will look like this. So this is a Korok seed from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Of course, it wouldn't be an Among Us map without a reference to our good friend Henry. In the vending machine, you can spot this. So this NRG drink is the same drink that Henry used to try and escape in the Henry Stickmin collection. Oh, and there is another Henry Stickmin reference found on Mirror HQ. This time it's the box art for the Henry Stickmin collection. Of course, not all the references in Among Us are found in-game. Several of the pets you can buy reference pop culture. First is the head crab from the Half-Life series. Next is the brain slug from Futurama. This tiny robot is almost certainly a nod to Wall-E. And of course, Henry and Ellie also make an appearance from the Henry Stickmin collection. So that's it. That's 25 Easter egg secrets and references found in Among Us. As I said, if you know of anything that I may have missed, then the best places to let me know are in the comment section or on my social media accounts, the links to which are in the description. Remember, if you are a fan of Easter egg secrets or tiny details in games, then perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. A big thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.